Louisiana College takes on their biggest production yet, Titanic the Musical. Wildcats Media goes behind the scenes with Titanic cast members as they reveal what it's like to work on this historically based drama.
It was amazing yet crazy. It was kind of like probably being on the Titanic. I don't know. I don't want to go that far, but it was a lot of work went into this, so it was pretty crazy, but it was a lot of fun. I got to help build the set, be in the show, so altogether, it was good.
These people that gave their lives or lost their lives on the ship, as we were working together, we were realizing different things about it. Like in the lifeboats, just the emotion of husbands separating from their wives. And there's just a lot of hard work.
Very frustrating. Up until last night, it had been pretty rough as far as scene changes, and scene changes still have a little bit to fix. As far as the emotional aspect, a lot of people are very into their character and what they're about, and you can see in the lobby that we have pictures next to our characters, and we have a documentary going, and it's just Rodney, who plays Mr. Andrews, is very devoted to the Titanic itself, and it's been pretty crazy. We've had a lot of actually tears. It's the first time it's ever happened. We've had a lot of tears backstage.
And at times it was literally like a shipwreck, pun intended. It was intense and it was a lot of work. But even though we weren't quite completely ready with every single tiny aspect, it was still a really great opening night.
Working on Titanic was fantastic. We had such a good group of people that came in here every day and worked hard and finished the set in time, and everybody got their lines down. It was a ton of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was definitely a big undertaking, and it required a lot of time and dedication, but overall it was a very positive experience.
It's probably one of the best experiences of my life, getting to build the stage, add props, getting to work with the whole cast, perform musically, and to do dialogue and acting with everyone else. It was a fantastic experience, and I encourage anyone who is in their college career to get involved and do at least one play or one musical.
It was a little stressful at times, but it got so much better, especially when things started to come together. It was a really awesome experience, and the people working it are amazing. So.
In my personal experience, from what I can tell, it is the biggest show we have ever done, both in cast and in size of the set. I know personally that, I don't know if it was bigger than Into the Woods, but I'm pretty sure just as far as building that needed to be done, it's bigger than any show they've ever done. And I know that the cast is still 15 people less than what it's supposed to be. So it's humongous.
Most of the plays that they've done in the past haven't necessarily been historically based. They've mostly been fictional. So this one has a lot of historical emphasis.
There is raw emotion that you don't really see in a lot of our other plays because it's a real story, it's a true story, and especially when you get to the lifeboat scenes and when you start seeing that these people are actually going to be separated and death is imminent for some of them, and the blame scene between the captain and the builder and the owner of the ship, you start to see a lot of really raw, powerful emotion, and one of our goals is to try to make as many people as we can cry in some parts, because you've done a good job when they can connect to the emotion, the characters, and really start to feel like they're there and they're understanding what this night meant for so many.
So a lot of blood, sweat, and tears have gone to make the set, and we have almost 60 cast members, so that's pretty huge for like an 8-person department. So that's why I work here and I'm in the show, but it's a lot of fun. We made it work.
Like looking at stuff online beforehand, like in December, and then just seeing it go from just to read through to now to the production, and when we all have costumes, and after we all got costumes and actually got onto the set, everything just kind of came to life, and it was so cool. I
play Charles Valentine Clark. He is a news reporter from England, and he and his fiancée, Carolyn Neville, are running away to America to get married because she's from a higher class, and her father won't allow them to get married. So we're running away to America to get married. So that's our backstory, and we kind of get separated at the end at the lifeboat thing. So yeah. Not to brag, but we're kind of the Jack and Kate of the show. Basically because Miranda's over there saying no, but it's kind of true simply because we get separated. And she's from a high class and I'm from a low class, just like Jack, and the only difference is I'm from second, not third. That's like the main difference. But we're still from Britain, and we still get separated at the end, and we're both British. So
I'm Kate McGowan, and he's Jim Farrell.
All right, and how do your characters contribute to the story?
We're the romantic part of the story.
We are.
One of them. They're like a bajillion, but yeah. We're the Irish.
My character is Ida Strauss. She's the wife of Isidore Strauss, who was the owner of Macy's. And they were on the Titanic just traveling, just vacationing, because she had been sick, and so they just decided to take a break. And she is known for having given up her spot on the lifeboat to save her maid's life and for her to stay with her husband. I believe her and her husband Isidore had the greatest love story. I know Seth said Charles and Caroline were the greatest, but I think Isidore and Ida really were, because they had been married for 41 years and they died in each other's arms. They were together through the end, and I think it was just, they were never separated before the Titanic, and they didn't separate going down.
Were you able to relate to your character at all?
I actually was. My grandparents, who just recently passed away together within a week of each other, had the same love story. And I got to see theirs in real life. And so knowing that and seeing that was able to help me connect to Ida, and especially the relationship she had with Isidore. And it just made it even more real, having that connection.
My character's name is Caroline Neville. She's actually based on Ada Maria Clark, who was married to Charles Clark. They changed the story a little bit for the play. In the play, they're not yet married. They're running away to America to get married, and in real life, they were married for 4 years when they boarded the ship. She appears multiple times throughout the story. She and her husband kind of weave in and out, well, fiance, and in the end, he makes her get on the lifeboat, and she survives, but he does not.
I don't really have any lines or anything, but we pretty much just serve the first class at any given moment, and I kind of develop my character on my own. I think that my stewardess does not like the first class people all that much, because the first class are really snooty. And also, I kind of turned her into a coward on the lifeboat scene.
I play Mr. Benjamin Guggenheim. He has a mistress on the boat, but he's also married and has, I want to say, 3 kids.
Edgar Bean. I'm a second-class passenger. I'm one of 4 second-class passengers. My wife is Mary Evelyn, who plays Alice Bean. And basically, we're just on our honeymoon. We just got married, taking a trip on the Titanic. We have the comedic relief of the play. We have the funny lines. We argue a lot, and it's about stupid things. And she just wants to be in a life of grandeur with the first class, and I'm just kind of wondering why and asking questions about why she can't just be satisfied with what we have. And it's a funny relationship.
I played George Dutton Widener as my main character. He was a first-class passenger and died when the ship sank. And I played a second-class passenger in Lady's Maid, which was one of the songs, and I played Frank Carlson, who was late for the ship. It was only once.
I play Harold Bride, the wireless operator with the Marconi International Marine Radio Telegraphy and Signal Communications Company Limited. So I work the radio. I call the ships after the Titanic hits the iceberg, and kind of save people, but don't save a lot of people.
Does your character survive the shipwreck?
He does, and historically he went on to the Carpathia, the ship that picked him up, and helped send the radio message for the survivors to their families and different people like that.
I played First Officer William McMaster Murdoch.
And how does he contribute to the plot?
Murdoch was the commanding officer on the bridge at the time of the accident. He is second in command to Captain Smith, and it was his call on what the ship would do when the iceberg was spotted. If he would have hit the iceberg head on, he might have saved the ship and everyone aboard, but his actions and the design of the ship and so many other small things that contributed caused the sinking of the Titanic. But overall, his actual story says that he, to the very end, until the ship went down, he was helping people on the lifeboats. So really, it's his concern. He's very concerned on whether or not the captain's making the best decision to increase the speed of the ship.
My character's name is Charlotte Drake Cordoza, and she was actually a real person. She's a first-class passenger on the Titanic, and she is also the wealthiest passenger. Her husband was very wealthy, and he passed away, so she's on the Titanic as a single woman with lots of money to spend, and so she just gets to have fun and flirt and have a good time.